We are back for another episode of Epique Life, where I have the pleasure of interviewing agents who are at Epique living the life and utilizing all these amazing benefits that we have. So, my special guest today is Laura Lohman. She is from St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas. And I am I'm so grateful to have her. I see her all the time on social media, and she's just a star. So, thank you so much, Laura, for opening up today and having this conversation with me.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm just going to ask you a couple questions, and we're just going to kind of go with the flow. Sound good?
Okay. Yep, that's
All right.
great.
Great. My first question is, what has your personal transformation been like since you joined Epic Realty?
I would say one of the biggest transformations for me is prior to coming to Epic, I put all the value on myself with my volume and transactions. And so I was very competitive internally, and it was all about where am I at on the charts for myself? And am I better than I was this month last year? And if I wasn't producing at a high rate, I felt like an absolute failure.
Mm.
And that's where I put like all my time and effort was my volume as an agent. When I came to Epic and I started putting myself in rooms with higher level higher level thinkers and people, I started to realize it's this business is more than just that. And so
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my transaction or transformations of last year was I really feel like I mastered work-life balance.
Yeah.
And the reason why is Epic is one of those companies that cares about the agent and gives us these benefits not only for our business but in our personal lives. And so I started utilizing all these tools that they give us for free. And one of my big things was my value then was placed on how many people can I help, but how active am I in my personal life with my family?
Mm.
And one of my most successful things last year is I didn't miss a volleyball tournament, a gymnastics event, and I still produced at a high volume and a high level without missing anything. And that's one of the things people ask me all the time is how do you do it all? And it's like I actually worked less and made more money and managed my life. And I really think that Epic gave me that insight to it's not just about your volume and transactions, it's about how are you helping other people and how are you bettering yourself as a person. So, that's
I
one of my big transformations.
I love that. And being in real estate for so long, I've been in this business for 24 years, and I just found that work-life balance in the last like 10 years, and it's been amazing. And you're right, Epic gives us all these tools to where we see it's possible. And I love how all of our agents just share everything too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too, and that's where I get a lot out of is from connecting with the people and seeing it like, I don't know, it's when I came from a very small boutique brokerage, I was very community focused and localized here. And then when you get with Epic and get into the big network of what Epic has to offer and seeing what other people are doing in other areas, it's like you can pull from their success and their life balance, and I learned so much from other people, and I learn a lot from just observing, and Epic, it gives me that platform where I can see what is working in Atlanta, what's working in Nevada, and just see what can I pull from other people and bring it here to me in Missouri. So that's been another thing is not staying so small and boutique and kind of looking at Epic and opportunities on more of a global scale too.
I love that. I used to say when I joined my first cloud-based brokerage, it was 2016, and I used to say, and I still think this way to this day, is that when you're at a boutique brokerage in that small little town, like it's like you have these four walls around you and you're locked inside of it. And then if you step outside that door, you're in another four walls, which is your city. And you're like completely closed off to the rest of the world and what's going on. And when you join a cloud-based brokerage, all those walls get knocked down and
Yep.
your whole world just opens up. And that is something that for growth minded agents is huge. And we really do we like that is like our best thing, I think about Epic. I don't know what word I'm trying to find, but that's like what we're all about. We're all about helping each other grow, and we're very growth minded, especially with our leadership roles that we have. So
Yes. And
Yay.
that's what I love about it too.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when you ask me the question about my benefits, it kind of the transformation when we get to that point too of where I was when I first got here to why I like my favorite benefit now, it all kind of goes together
I love
too.
it. Well,
There's a
let's talk
pattern.
about it. What is
Okay.
your favorite benefit at Epic Realty?
Okay, if you asked me a year ago when I first got here, it was sign installation and AI headshots. And the reason why is the Missouri ground is hard as a rock. And I always get dressed up when I go to my listings and I wear stiletto heels and I look like an absolute idiot trying to get a post in a yard. And the other thing is, I don't like bugs. And the spiders always found my signs. And so when they would put the sign, it'd be there for 30 days and I go take it out, I'm like, oh, having that in my car I hated it. So the signs were just such a big relief of I don't have to struggle to get it in and them taking it out where I don't have to deal with that, huge for me. And then the AI headshots. So I'm very much into marketing and social media. And in my local community, I'm a very hyper local agent. I'm on all the screens and all the restaurants and bars. And so when I generate the headshots, it gives me ideas for my creativity. So, like, I recently had one where I'm on another planet, and my ad for the week was Laura Lohman is out of this world. And those were ones that I loved that kind of got me started. But my favorite benefit at Epic is actually the free conferences and summits. And when we
Oh.
got started in December of, I guess, 24, the first thing we did was sign up for the shareholder summit. When we went to that, I was like, that was an absolute game changer for me because
Mm.
being in a room with market brokers and leaders from all over the US and starting to make friends where I'm like, this is why I came to Epic because being at a small boutique brokerage, I was just here and all of a sudden the doors opened and now what I wanted when I came to Epic was to expand in that manner. And going then to PowerCon, now I'm building on those relationships from the people I met. And then we went to the Midwest Summit. And same thing, it's like I feel like I have 1,000 new friends across the US that have helped my business in ways they don't even know. And one of my stories and why that's so important is before I became a real estate agent, I'm a Jersey girl, but I was living in DC and I worked for a hotel brand. And when my husband transferred us to St. Louis, I didn't even know where Missouri was on a map. Didn't even know. And my DC hotel job let me keep my job. So I traveled all over the US and my job was to connect with people who did huge conventions and convince them to come to Washington DC and then stay at my hotel brands. Then this thing called COVID happened, and all of a sudden the
Oh.
hotel industry is dead. And so I had to start all over at 40 years old with a brand new career, and I chose real estate. And when I joined my little boutique brokerage, they're like, okay, first thing you're going to do is tell your whole sphere that you're an agent. And I was like, I don't what is a sphere of influence? I didn't know. And they're like, you have to tell everyone who you know so that you can start generating business. And I'm like, I don't know anybody. So they were like, well, then go meet people. So I immediately got involved in like the PTO and my chamber and I started like sponsoring every little league and all that stuff. And my business took off just meeting people. And I got very involved in my board and as a state leader for the Missouri Realtors. And one of the things is I started to realize that the networking and the connecting with other agents and other people is how my business just blew up. And so with Epic, we went to the shareholder summit and we stayed and lingered and started meeting the right people just in the rooms who then connected us to this person and that person. And for me, choosing Epic so that I could build a lasting career with a company I really believe in those conferences have opened doors and put me in rooms and Zooms with leaders and people I'm very inspired by, and it's just that's just one of those other transformation things in my life where it's like, I would have never had this opportunity, and I wouldn't be here with you today if I didn't take that step and see the potential and opportunity, so I'm very grateful that those are free conferences, and we're so excited to go to PowerCon in July
I
and
know, New
take
York, New York.
advantage of it, so
I know, I agree, 100%. I haven't missed one yet, and I joined in 2023, of July of 2023, and so the first one that we had was the PowerCon in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
and everyone ever since, even the Christmas parties, I haven't missed one of those yet. Now we're doing these regionals, and I've missed a couple, but I was at the Georgia, so I
I
saw
love
you.
them.
Yeah, that
And
was
that's just another thing of just I don't think a lot of agents and so when I am mentoring newer agents, my own old broker, love her, but she was like, hanging out with realtors is a waste of your time. You're hanging out with your competition. And I was like, it's not. Because when I'm sitting in the right room with the right people, they know resources that are going to help my business. They've experienced things maybe I'm going through that they can be a good sounding board. And one of my biggest things has always been community over competition. And right now, like the culture we have in the St. Louis area is how our agents, even though we all live within like 10 minutes of each other, we are so helpful in doing this whole collaboration thing. And it's that whole like the rising tide lifts all
yes.
boats kind of thing. And it's working for us.
Same
And
here.
so
Same here in New Braunfels, Texas. Like, I remember when I was the first agent here and started recruiting, like, we had 0 people, and now we have, like, 30 something, and it's
that's
just
amazing.
amazing. And, yeah, it is. I love that, rising tides lift all boats. Like, that is so what we're doing here at Epic. It's just and it's contagious.
It is.
It's so
And we're
contagious.
happy, and
We're
that's the other thing, like, with the work-life balance, it's like we have every tool we need
yes.
to simplify and leverage our businesses if we're using them. And then the thing is, we've aligned ourselves, like our little group here. I don't know everything. Nobody does, but somebody knows what you need at whatever time. And it's like building those connections where I can reach out to an agent in Michigan, be like,
Yeah.
hey, you're really good at this. Can you help me? And the other thing with that too is I've had 4 referrals so far from Florida, Michigan, and Texas, and it's all because I tell my
Yeah.
husband, I'm like, "This is why you let me go travel and you handle the kids because I'm making these connections that turns into revenue for my family."
Yes.
And I mean, what an opportunity, and one of my favorite things about coming to Epic is coming so early, and people
Mhm.
had told me like, "I'm not sure because that's risky. It's a new company, it's risky." And I'm like, "Well, then I'm a
I'm
risk
in.
taker because I was like, "You know what? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I believe in what they're doing and it's
Yeah.
working." And I'm so proud to be here, like, at the ground level of it to
You
see, like,
are,
how is this
yeah.
gonna evolve into, like, a career for me or something bigger than just buying and selling real estate,
Well, and
so
that's it exactly, like, real estate is so funny because everyone thinks that they're gonna get their real estate license and just go sell houses. I promise after 10, 15 years of doing that, you're not gonna wanna do that anymore, but it's a doorway, like, I feel like that is just a doorway that you open to all these other opportunities. You can build a coaching business, you could build an revenue share business, you could build an investing business. Like, there's so many other opportunities for wealth building in real
yeah,
estate. And Epic, we have our hands in absolutely all of it. That's what I love. That's one of the things I love about everything that we're doing because the whole click offers thing, Epic Essentials, everybody teaching us how to do all these different things. It's so fun and so
it
exciting and
is.
never a dull moment, right?
That's right, and I feel like that was one of the things at my old brokerage, I became a leader there. But I don't wanna be and I wasn't the smartest in the room, but I don't wanna be where I'm, like, stuck, and I feel like at Epic, every day with I love the essentials, and it's like you can plug into the Epic Essentials, and if want some, like, financial freedom on a Friday, like, I could plug into that, and or if I wanna, learn about Sky Slope today, there's always an opportunity to grow and learn, and I feel like there's no excuse here. There's no excuse not to thrive when you're just
Absolutely.
given all this information, and so that's the kind of agent I am is where I'm constantly chasing the education and trying to better myself to be the best like in my personal life and my professional life. And it's like Epic's like, here you go. Here it's on a silver platter. Take what you want and run with it. So
Well, I'm here to tell you that you are doing a fantastic job because you
thank
shine.
you.
And I'm so grateful that you took this time to have this conversation with me today. And I can't wait to see you in New York.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm gonna
Hugs.
eat pizza every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner because in Missouri, their pizza's terrible. It's like
Oh,
flatbread, but I'm gonna have like grease going down my arm. I'm gonna gain 10 pounds and I can't wait.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna look you up in New York so you can tell me where to go have the best pizza.
We're gonna do it. Thank you
Awesome.
for your time
Yes,
today. I
thank you for
appreciate
your
being
time,
here.
Laura. Thank you. I will see you on the inside.
All right. Have
Bye.
a great day.
Thank you.